Okay, I can get my headset on here. Now, Pixie has new oh my goodness, handpan thumb drums. Oop. They're very darling and they sound like little magic. Okay, I'm gonna set the stones up right here next to moi, or at least sort of next to moi. We'll put that one there. This one's nice and heavy. We'll put that one there. The Chrysocolla will go there, and this one will go there. So they just don't follow. I'm gonna do a little drumming. Pixie's got something nice to play too. We'll just clear the energy with sound first before we move on to other things. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just take my headset off for a second. The bird likes this one. Pixies sound like fairies, though.
Do what?
Yours sounds like fairies. Mine sounds, well, that was just the bongos, but it sounds like gong, 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 gong.
That's funny you say that, because I was going to say, I'm just going to call it my little fairy drum.
Yeah, because it sounds like fairies. It's cute. Yeah, they're cute too, the pink and black together. That's very cute. Very, very cute.
I'd forgotten I got the 2-pack.
You've forgotten. You got the 2-pack.
Yeah.
The 2-pack of tongues. Okay, I'm going to get this big old thing out, mostly because I got a bird that's looking at me like, bitch. Play that thing for just a little bit, please. It's like, okay. I appreciate that you appreciate that I suck at it, birdie. Let's see here. Rings are a bad idea. It was like, okay, you can stop. I was waiting for permission. Permission. Wah. You would like Pixies better. You guys. Sounds more like magic. What can we do for your head?
It's much better now.
I'm glad. Do you need, like, are you hydrated and all that fun, annoying mom stuff to say?
Oh, yeah. I figured I was about due. I hadn't had one in a while.
Well, I mean, if by a while you mean last week, right?
Yeah, but not this bad.
Do you sort of expect them to be weekly or more than that?
I used to get them like 4 or 5 a week,
Yikes.
but now I get about, I don't know, one a week, one every 2 weeks.
And so, are you saying like for years you would get 5 a week?
Oh yeah.
So could it seriously be like medication or food shift or something like that?
I think a lot of it had to do with stress
Oh,
because they seemed to cut way down once I quit my job.
hi, Krista.
Huh?
Krista's here. She said we all get them.
Yeah.
Your beloved is here in the comment section.
Yep. We all get them.
I get them for me, but they're usually hormonal. When they're real bad. I mean, that's separate from migraines. I'm talking about like headaches.
Headache I use every day. Migraine is different.
Well, how's your head, Krista? Are you doing good? Also, congratulations. One of your children just graduated to what, 16? Is that what he turned? I can't remember if he was 15 or 16. You go back and look. You're old now. Okay, yeah, 16. Some schoolwork. How much where are you in your school? I'm not sure. In the process. And you're not old, woman. I wondered why your mom got quiet, is because she fell out. Oh, that's so exciting. New goal unlocked. Well, definitely. If you have kiddos that ever complain about schoolwork, you absolutely can shut them down, because you're like, I've been going to school and working and being your mama. I know that at some point, I know that I was told what program, but I don't know now. I feel like, is it like nurse practitioner type stuff? Nursing. Okay. Do you have a goal? I don't know why my brain says like labor and delivery. Welcome back, tablet lady. Oh, okay. Well, that's exactly why the vibe is like that. That's why my brain is like, I think it's labor and delivery, because that's where you want to be. I mean, that makes total sense to me. But also, I also could see you totally being like a surgical team, like nurse, one of those like top of the pay scale badasses, where you were like, well, I just was going to go into something that I was really cozy with, and then now it's like, instead though, I assist on heart surgeries and organ replacing. What are we jinxing? So interesting. Every time you change devices or you're on a different system, your photo for your chat name changes. We both said L&D. Yeah, it just seems like an amazing. I mean, like, I'd want to see, if I, was still pumping out babies. There's somebody I'd want to see there. I mean, they're probably right, and there's going to be more and more money there. The way things are, the way they're trying to corner people in the system and things. However, You can be a nurse practitioner and still deliver to babies and not have to wear yourself out with the sadness of all of it. Because that's got to be so hard, behavioral health. It's got to be so hard. I mean, and like you could totally do it. You're a badass, but you also are about to have like teenagers at home, like more teenagers. So like you have their insanity at home and others, the insanity of others at work. It seems like a lot. Constant insanity. So the birthday boy, if he just birthdayed, and this is January, he'd be an Aquarius. And he's the one a little like me, isn't he? Mm. So your second oldest? I knew. I didn't think he was in the middle. Yeah, no, 16-year-old is the first one, right? So is Bentley number two? I don't know what his sign is, but all I was going to say is Aquarius definitely would be an interesting sign to have that skill set in because they're already sort of quirky, like famous for being quirky in other ways. I'm looking at the picture that Pick sent for the birthday, thinking, yeah, that kid doesn't look as exhausted as those of us that are looking at ghosts in the closet all the time. He doesn't look as haunted or something. Hi, Hudson. Hello, Pixela.
Hello, hello.
Well, Hudson's here now, so he can hear you saying stuff. Mimi's here.
Hi, Hudson.
Hi. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see the um comment fix, but he said, "Hey, Mimi, what you doing?" Hi, cat. Run my mouth. No, you're pretty quiet for now. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Um, Okay, so the other day when we were streaming, I'm trying to speak in a little bit of code. The other day when we were streaming, some people were smoking things
Uh-huh.
in the background a lot, and I got flagged.
What?
I got flagged for use of paraphernalia because you could hear the incense maker in the background.
That's crazy.
So somebody pulled off of it.
How would they know?
Well, I mean, it sounds exactly like what it sounds like. But apparently the robots could test for that or something.
That's crazy.
Because the first flag made a little sense, right? Because sometimes you'll get the TV on and stuff, and if enough of a song plays, I'm always like, yep, it's going to be copyright, but it's not a big deal because I'm not making, money off of this anyway. But then this time it was like two doubly flagged, and I was like, what is this? And so, yeah, that second one's a bigger warning, right? Like,
That's
please
crazy.
do not promote this usage on your channel. It was like, I wasn't. You can hear me talking while it's going on. It wasn't me.
And you know what? I find that funny because there's some channels out there that does like crime stories and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Well,
their channel name will refer to it,
oh, yeah.
and they'll do it right there on camera.
Right. I think the thing, though, here is that I have it marked, not that it's for, I don't have it marked for children, but I have it marked that most of the kids over a certain age could still watch. And I
was wondering if that's what made the difference, because I noticed a lot of channels can do a lot of things other channels can't, and I was like, it must be the way you present the
well, they
stream or
also
whatever.
sincerely, some of them have just totally also completely given up on monetizing their account. So they do other things, right? They have, what do you call it? The Patreon stuff, right? And merch and stuff. And so they've just totally given up on monetizing their channel because they know they're on a subject matter that's never going to clear the standard.
That's crazy.
But I was like, at first I was like, what is it even talking about? And then I was like, oh, but it took me like the full 20 minutes. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like encouraging
I'll have to make sure my mic's on.
adult substance or something. And I was like, what are you, like, I mentioned, I probably talked about, oh, got to take my medication, but like, I've never said what it is. Like,
Right.
it took me a while. I felt stupid when I finally got it because I was like, I actually played a little bit back and I was like, I don't really know. Like, I'm going to argue with them if I can figure out how to argue with them. And then I heard it and went, oh, we were doing Cheech and Chong. Got it. Cheech and Chong talk to the dead people.
Krista, is Hudson still in there?
Yeah. That's why I have not said any of the official words.
Oh, he don't know. I was just gonna tell him he better get his butt in bed.
He's in kindergarten this year, right? Or am I confused? He's not in kindergarten, right? He's in preschool. It's Ashton's kiddo that's in kindergarten this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hudson, you better get your butt in bed, boy.
He's like, I gotta watch the evening news, Mimi.
Yeah.
Keep track of what's going on in the world. It totally feels like he would be like that, like from the 80s Family Ties, like Alex P. Keaton, but like a baby Alex P. Keaton, like
he's sassy.
Who's smart about finance and and sort of sensible beyond their years. It's like, what are you, a little old man? What's going on?
Oh, he's watching Spider-Man. Should have known.
Spider-Man. I don't even know which Spider-Man is the cool Spider-Man now.
Spidey and Friends.
Okay, because there used to be like there were a large number of them over the years, but usually they were one at a time, right? Now they're all going at the same time on different channels, and it's like, which Spider-Man are we talking about? Just like, which Joker and Harley Quinn are we talking about? Like, it's too much.
I can hear him now. No, Mimi, I'm watching Spider-Man.
I'm watching Batman. Just cute.
He's a mess.
Teach him to say, take after my Mimi.
Shoot, he takes after his daddy. That smart.
Is he a mess?
Whew, he's bad. He's like his daddy.
Poor Brandon.
Poor Brandon's ass. I mean, poor Brandon.
I think you meant my ass, right? But like, still, that was pretty funny. Poor Brandon's ass. What, are you kicking him in it? What are you talking about?
To be. Bad habits.
Okay, we're gonna take our meds, and then we'll talk about the initial thing I need to share with people, the images and stuff. Okay. Mimi's gonna pinch your hiney, and Minim is gonna pinch your honey. Yeah, I thought that was funny. I was like, we know what you mean, but I like that. I would put that on a t-shirt. Minim gonna pinch your honey. People be like, what is that? Well, funny to us. That's what that is. Y'all don't have to like it. We'll wear it in a shirt. You don't have to. We like it. Minim gonna pinch your honey. Y'all think we're a bunch of witches anyway. We'll just say that's our deity. Our deity is Minim. Y'all talk about Hecate and Persephone. No. Minim. Yeah, autocorrect nails me all the time on super weird stuff. And then I say extraordinarily weird things in typeface. And that's always when chat room or whatever slows down. It'll be clocking along, and then it slows down right then when I've written something idiotic. There's just freeze frames there. And I'm just like, dang it.
Oh my gosh, I just realized something. Jimmy's taking vacation next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a long week.
Oh, come on. And he going to work on the house and stuff? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Hey, what's he going to do in the cold? Not much.
I don't know. I guess I thought it was getting warmer.
He, I think he wants to go ahead and take at least a week before things get shitty at work.
Yeah. It was not looking the best. It's like, when I was looking at all that stuff, it was like, he really needs to be on his word. Can't remember if it was 7 weeks or 7 months, but it was
7 months. He did find out some more information, though, so.
Did he?
Yeah.
Hopefully it was useful.
It was, and it wasn't bad info, so. But I tell you what, he had to come to Jesus meeting with her yesterday.
about?
They hadn't received their W-2s yet.
Oh, Lord.
And, I told him, I was like, well, legally, she's got till the 31st. So the other two guys wanted Jimmy to facilitate a meeting after lunch yesterday.
Yeah, they want him to go in hard and then stand behind him, twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah. Well, she just thought she was going to 1099 them. Jimmy was like, what? No, it don't work like that. You can't take taxes out of our check all year and then 1099 us.
Unless, are you writing a big check? You're writing a big check saying, oh, we messed up? Here you go. Here you go.
That's what he told her. He was like, unless you want to cut me a check for $8,500 right now, and then you can 1099 me.
What'd she say? She doesn't even know the difference, I don't think.
She didn't.
Somebody,
He finally,
I know who. It's that dude. Is the one that's telling her to do this dumb stuff, and she doesn't know what it is.
yeah, the one that got arrested Friday.
Oh, since we talked, he got arrested?
Yeah.
Wait, what day? Yeah.
Yep, he got pulled over when they was coming back from the casino. And apparently he had a warrant out.
For?
Not showing up for court for his DWI.
Boy.
So that was pretty funny.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know about funny.
Yep.
But it is pretty interesting karmically speaking. It's a sort of a good time karmically.
When Jimmy went in with to that meeting, he had receipts, he had his check stubs and everything. Well, the other guys didn't have no receipts, and he was like, man, you want to go in a meeting like that with me, you better have your receipts.
Yeah, he's a Virgo, man. He's gonna get you. You don't think it about them, right? Because they got their own organizational system, and it looks like random piles of crap, and they look disorganized. But then they can find any little piece of paper under any little pile because they know exactly where everything is, and then stick it in a file folder and freaking slide it across the desk at you, and you're done. They're good.
What's funny is she tells Jimmy, she's like, well, I have till April to get y'all those W-2s. He was like, no. We have April to file. You have to January the 31st to get us our W-2s. And she was like, oh, okay, I'll have them for you with your checks Friday.
Yeah, okay, it's fancy for her to say that when she doesn't even know what that's going to require. It's like, Ladybug, I know that things aren't going well, but so then don't listen to moron one. Like, go to H&R Block. Your business doesn't have 2,000 employees, like, you could go to H&R Block. And cover it at least like this first year, yes, there are better places for businesses, but that would be way better than what's happening right now.
Oh, and Jimmy found out that new company she's using for parts.
Yep.
They are certified. So
something else is falling off of somewhere though, because I mean, just even right now when you said that, Spirit was like, no, like
they say they're certified anyway.
Well, and maybe that place is, right? Like, because I don't think they're saying like necessarily like, they're just saying there's a big there's a big problem looming with something. There's something that they're bringing in, and I don't know. I'm not sure, but like they kept using "fall off the back of the truck." That's why I think it's parts, right, instead of something else.
Yeah.
Unless they're just using their time to run something else entirely.
Oh,
It's got something to do with things that travel in, things that they order. It has something to do with her feeling pressured to order from that place because there's connection to the beau she's trying to impress.
I don't know why she'd want to impress his ass.
I don't know either, but she does, and so I don't know. Like to me, like it kept referring to it almost like high school. Like she was always not the cool girl, and now she has a chance. Like she thinks, she's ordering from them and she's paying them and giving them opportunities that she's the cool girl again. It's like no, they're just using you, and I don't really know if it's like literally, if it could literally be people from high school, right? Like, or it could be like that's how his family is set up, like a clique, and she's trying to be impressive to the clique of his family.
She's not too impressive to me, though. She sure as hell don't know how to cut hair, that's for sure.
How did she, like when you were talking about that the other night, it was like, how did she pass state boards? State boards, they're almost obscene. When I think about state boards,
I found out after the fact she actually went to barber school, not cosmetology school.
That's harder for, well, in terms of cuts, right? In terms of cuts, and like shaves, that's harder. Now, when it comes down to like chemical anything, they don't know anything about color or lightening or perms or straightening.
We learned like basic cuts also. That's why she had no clue when she was cutting my hair.
Yeah, she didn't know how to do girl hair.
But that's okay. Pusha hooked me up.
How many beauty shops do y'all have in a town the size of?
We have 2 here, but because my hair is naturally curly, I'm real finicky on who cuts my hair. And we was going out of town, so I thought I'd give her a try. And actually, Jimmy set it up because he knew I wanted a haircut, so he had already set it up and paid for it and everything. And so I went, and then I was like, oh my God, I was in tears for days. And then Krista saved me and took me to her lady, and she fixed me up. So
yeah, are you one of those? Because all have different curl patterns, but are you one where it's better to dry cut you and then wash you and then detail?
yeah. And then she was like, now you just come back in a year, sugar, and we'll give you that haircut you wanted.
It's like, what? Isn't that what we were doing? Supposedly.
Well, she had cut it so short I couldn't get the cut I wanted anymore. The other chick. So
she's all like, it grows out. Come back now.
She wanted me to let it grow out for a year and then come back. So
it was like, woman, you lawn mowed my head. You will not be seeing me again.
No, I'm talking about the other lady. You said let it grow out and come back in a year.
Oh, the nice lady.
Yeah.
So
that way to get long enough to where she can give me that cut. So
now, do any of your babies? I'm trying to think of pictures I've seen. Do any of your babies have your curls? One of the twins is so curly. Oh, Chris, do you straighten? I've only seen a few pictures though. Joe, do you straighten your hair? Is that why?
Yeah, she does. Krista's got it.
And does one of the twins? I feel like one of the twins has some curly stuff.
Yeah, Holta does.
Or wavy, yeah.
Jimmy has, like, when Jimmy's hair grows out, his is extremely curly too.
Oh, so the twins were doomed. Dun. Not really doomed. They have beautiful curly hair. Many of us would pay large amounts of money to have curls like that in our hair.
Yeah, and people that have it wish they didn't.
always grass, grass is always greener. All right, so I've got to shift the mood here for a little bit, which sucks. I don't like it for me either. But it comes with some interesting information through the apps. Like we've been working through the apps. Just like I feel like when I first started working with them, they were like in the 30s, like the 30s range of accuracy and consistency, and now they're like in the 40s and 50s, learning how to, and when to use them and when to follow the patterns and stuff. So, this is gonna wind up being cool for the apps, but it's not cool for me. So my birdie died.
No.
2 days ago.
No.
Yeah, it was confusing because she seemed to be getting so much better, and of course I feel like a monster because I didn't take her to the vet, because the vet online and the vet I talked to on the phone said, well, she's improving, and since it's so cold, right, the last thing you need to do is bring a bird that's not doing, that's healing from on the mend out into the cold and get her stressed in the car, and since she's, flying again and talking again and all of that stuff, like just you're gonna have to wait until there's a break in the weather, but we just think probably she's fine, and that she was not fine. And like we all love our pets, and I love all of my pets. However, this little girl, with the last year, 2 years of my life, I've spent so much even more time in one room than I normally have, with the shingles and things, like where I couldn't leave because I had them twice, so like not only was she like she thought we were married, but like she's the only creature that through all of that never left. Right. Sometimes I'd go days without seeing the other people in my house when I was sick. Like they'd be like peek in twice and be like, "You alive? Okay, bye." And she, she was it. And then the other birdie came along, and he and I are now having to deal with what's up here. But so yeah,
I'm so
I feel
sorry.
terrible for not getting her to the vet, and I'm like just crushed. However, I thought, well, I'm going to try the app, right? I'm going to try the app and see what happens, and just see. And it yielded some really cool things. So, I mean, this was like, I don't know, 6 hours after I found her. And I found her right after she passed. Like, I missed it by a minute. And so I was using the app, and I was asking questions. And now the app, because again, it's an app, and I feel like AI could cheat and internet could cheat and things like that. So I usually, with the photo app, don't turn it on. I talk and ask questions way before we turn the app on, or if the app is running, I write my question down on a piece of paper, or I telepathically communicate it. I don't say it out loud because I don't want the app to be able to pick up any keywords or whatever. So, interestingly enough, like I always joked, and I called this bedroom the tree, our tree, that we were three birds lived in the same tree. We all had little separate nests, but like our nests were very close together in this same little tree. And she had been, before she got sick and stopped talking, she'd been working on saying, she was saying tree, and she was saying home instead of saying like our tree and our nest or whatever. She was saying tree, home, home, home. And I thought that was really sweet, and I didn't really know where it came from, but she sort of was able to do that. She had an enormous vocabulary for that type of bird. And so I had been telling her like what she was to me, and telling her I was really sorry, and and that I loved her and blah, 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 that I hope she wasn't mad and that I didn't miss anything significant. And I was really, upset. And then I asked on a piece of paper, what was I to you? And I'm going to pull us both down because I have the picture to share that came up through the app. Hold on a second. So yeah, so I said, what was I to you? You can tell me if you're mad, you can tell me what you think about me. What was I to you? So now I'm going to show that again in a second, and I didn't crop it right. I always crop them too close for this app, but um, what was crazy is it's literally a tree with a woman's face in the trunk. And at the same time that came out, the spoken word app said home. So I said, what am I to you? And she said, a tree lady. And then the app said the word home. So then a guide said, yeah, you weren't just somebody else in the tree, you were the tree. You were home. And then I asked, can you show me? Can you show me, please, where you are or what you can see right now? I know I've seen you. I was seeing her sort of flutter around the room. She sort of looked like a green butterfly more than anything else. Like I couldn't see details and it was bigger, but like I couldn't see details, but she was fluttering around the room. And I asked, like, in terms of the other side, I knew she was in the room, but in terms of the other side, what was it she could see? Now this is gonna kill me. But it's so fucking sweet. Hold on a second. Check this out. This is the picture she sent, and then I'll zoom in so you can see where she is. She's actually in this image. Now, I don't know about y'all, but to me, if I were a bird and I were going to do my version of like the tunnel of light that we go through that everybody talks about, that's what it would look like. Is the tropical forest that, conures are from, flying into the forest. So I'm going to show that one more time and then I'm going to show you the zoomed in because she's sitting right there at the entrance. See, I'll bring it back up. It's so hard because I can't show it and talk. I haven't figured that out yet, but you could see her in the big expanded version of the picture, there. But literally, that is her. That is the back color of the back of her head, the color of her wings, her profile. She's there looking into like the great beyond or whatever. I'm not sure what she would call it. So I thought, wow, this is really impressive. She was an excellent communicator from the minute I met her. And she's still like already able to work apps that human deceased people struggle with. Of course, she can work the apps. Um, I mean, I asked guides and angels to help her, and I think they did. But yeah. So now I'm just going to show a few pictures of her, actually her, and then like we can talk about the apps and stuff. But hold on a second here. No, that last one is hard to see. Last two because I didn't crop them right. But the one where she would just attack to get a lick of a lollipop is really cute. And then the last one, she always looked like Alfalfa from our gang. So you can't see it, but she's got a little like birdie tuft sticking straight up. It's cute.
Okay, tell Daddy.
Okay, there we go. Let me see. Peaky.
I
Yep.
didn't know I was going to come on here and cry first thing.
Hmm.
I said I didn't realize I was going to come on here and cry first thing.
Yeah, I stayed quiet about it. But her use of the app is crazy. And
So
the
no
guide.
idea with her, huh?
Hmm.
No idea what was wrong with her?
I mean, I don't know exactly. Like, I mean, I can speculate, and avian vets are hard to get into even now. Like, I have her packed in snow so I can take her to the crematorium. Still, she's still with me and packed in a cooler because they're so slow for birds. Um, and so, but yeah, the fact that she could like send a message about her emotional quotient about how she felt about our relationship, and then what like heaven looks like, and then like I mean I couldn't have like I like totally melted when like that picture popped up and then the app said home, 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 and I was just like, oh my god, you're gonna kill me. Um, and so yeah, I don't technically know, but I do think it's weird that I don't know. Like a lot of people who weren't here, most of us that are sitting here weren't here that night. But 2 nights before that, when I was doing a reading for Amanda, her mom came flying into my room. Do you remember when she was rattling the cage, pixie? Were you awake for that?
Yes.
went nuts in my room around the bird cage.
Yep.
And I went over and, she said the heat wasn't good enough and blah, blah, blah. And so I sort of fixed the heat lamps. And the bird looked a little freaked out, but fine at the time. And I mean, it's one of those things where like having the skill set is good and bad, because the thing is, I said something when Joe Black passed. I said, so I don't get to keep Daisy, which is my cat, or Beaky for very long, because I already am hearing they're going to go home to him. Like,
Oh.
go home. Daisy died just a few months after him. And then now we're almost to his year anniversary, and the bird went. And so, like it was one of those things where like when she got sick, like did everything I could do, and I took all the vet's advice, but I don't know. I didn't trust it. But I don't like that feeling, because I usually am right. And so, then it's just something you're, so I was trying not to like over worry about it. And she did act funny. Like the last time I saw her, I just had a seizure too, so I went over and checked on her. I'm not saying she had a seizure, but I'm just saying I had just had a seizure, so I went over and checked on her because she sort of made a funny little sound, and she was crawling down to get a snack, and she seemed to be walking a little funny, but like she used to do that when she was like she would sleepwalk, which was the cutest thing ever, by the way. But sleep flying was another thing, right? Because I'd have to try and catch her, so she would like go splatting into something. But like, she'd sleepwalk, and it was cute. So, I've seen her do that, but to me it looked different, and I thought, uh-oh, but it was the weekend, and there's nothing I could do anyway, other than like, check on her. So, yeah. So I don't have answers yet. I don't know if they'll be able to give me answers or not. This other guy, is going to have to go be seen like, pretty quickly. Let's say pretty quickly. It's been a few days, but like they just don't get. There's just not very enough Indian vets in the world, apparently. Because I don't live in like a small town. Yeah, she told me it was her home. I just thought, I'm going to die and explode into 1,000 pieces. How can you forgive me so quickly? I clearly effed up here. I know that that's not true. Like every time I say that, like, yes, of course, there's responsibility that I should take. However, making another creature's death about us is just so incredibly human thing to do. It's like if God wants her home, there's nothing. Like we could have gone to the finest avian vet in the world, and she would be home. Not, even though this whole year feels to me like some sort of pattern I'm supposed to understand, and clearly it is because we're all tied together, and there must be a lesson in here freaking somewhere. However, still it's ridiculous for me to be like, yep, I'm supposed to learn something. No, it was their life, their death, their special thing. Like, I need to not make it about me.
It's so sad.
We all try to make it about ourselves, just trying to understand it. Especially when there's like a pattern this year, right? Like, and I shouldn't have fucking opened my mouth. I literally said the other night on this stream, I said, if things are getting better, we haven't had a death in a month and a half. It looks like we beat the curse. And I even thought right after that came out of my mouth, I shouldn't have said that. Hi, Claudia.
Now I got those.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I am so super not okay. It's unbelievable.
I figured something was up because I hadn't heard from you.
Yeah, it was a lot of times for me. That's just like a bad health day, though. So, but yeah, no. Well, and I'm worried about this little guy over here, but he seems to be, knock on wood, doing okay. And yesterday was the last day of the semester, of the first semester for 5th grade. So because we do school the way we do, we had to totally, we had a lot of things to do, and then there were missed deadlines because all of a sudden the website for the school was using UTC, right, which is 6 hours ahead of us, and it's like, you guys needed to explain that. Like, that's not, you guys are all on the East Coast. That would have been fine, but like this UTC thing, like no one stopped to explain that. We've been in this school now for, let's see, this is our 4th or 5th year there. Like, so, so anyway, I had to go to the mattresses about that a little bit because it's like, look, anything else like that had to do with poor planning, like we will respect whatever the teacher has to say. Like, this is dumb. This is super dumb. UTC is like in Europe. And yes, you have kids from all over the world in this school, but they have to be to go to this branch because there's so many different branches, and the other branches can get together for like clubs and stuff. But for this branch, because the United States has different like school regulations than than other countries and stuff. So for this branch, even if it's like a bunch of kids in India, they have to be American citizens because they have to get that curriculum basically. And then there's a curriculum that's different for each country code and whatever. So it's like, so even if you have people all over the world, you still are. This branch is in the United States and it's on the East Coast, and we shouldn't be going on France time. Like, just no. So we had all of that going on, which was nutty. It was nutty. Yep. You said that right. You ain't lying, sister. Inky bird, baby bird. Baby bird, Binky. Baby bird, Pie Pie, are you okay? I closed off your windows just because I had to cool it down in here a little bit. You down playing basketball? Shuffledy, shuffledy, shuffledy. I don't know who left. I don't know if Miss Claudia said hi and then left, or if someone else fell out. Oh no, Miss Claudia's here. The birds like each other. They were okay with each other. They were okay. I mean, they definitely loved to talk to each other and sing and stuff. They didn't always want to share their space. And now that's not relevant. Yeah, the Ghost Seer app has been interesting for sure. And when I run it concurrently with its, not the one with the word bank, but with the other one that's like the EVP one, like that gets interesting. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to try to unplug my headset here and turn it on now and just see if we get anything, if we hear the angel, if we hear anybody. Let's see here. Unplug this thing here and get the app on. Before I turn the app on, archangels, angels, guides, and ascended masters, God, saints, Jesus, deities from all spiritualities that are of the light and God, Please watch over our use of any of our tools, keep us safe, and help us interpret things for the higher, greater good of everyone involved and understand the messages. Please and thank you. Please help us understand this. Please watch out for, protect all the doors and windows and gateways and things. And anyone that comes in to communicate during this time frame, we would anticipate that you grant them permission. And thank you again for your help. I'm just going to turn the app on, see if there's anything that it has to say. Okay, I heard that. They want me to turn the ghost tube on first. So before I'm just unlocking the lock screen, so I haven't even pressed anything. So, okay, I'm going to open the ghost tubes here. I already got movement in my attic, so that's interesting. So it's okay. So I'm going to do the ghost tubes here. Before I turn on, is there any imagery that you guys would like to send? If so, please make it subject matter clear, like whether it's about what we just discussed or for someone here or the case you're talking about, etc. Please and thank you. Let's turn it on. Because you guys did say, right? You did say that you wanted me to turn that on first, right, guys? Okay, thank you. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, there's somebody moving around in my attic. It's quiet now. Interesting. Nope, something's coming through. Okay, so that one formed, but a lot of times it takes a while for one to form, and then then it takes a while for it to disappear. But now it's already staticking on the outside, which usually means another one's going to come in right behind it pretty quickly. But we shall see. I like to know. Here, not that the camera helps, but at least helps track like what's going on. We're just waiting. We are waiting. So this is what it looks like when we're waiting for an image to form. Oh, something's coming, the bell rang. So it starts forming, and a lot of times it moves around for a while. Okay, we're still talking about traveling to the afterlife. Yeah, and then the people in my attic are walking around again, which, I mean, I wish I could turn this up so you guys could somehow hear it, because I'm going to set this down and we'll look at the pictures here, and I'm going to set it down but leave it on, so it might leave things that have to do with what I'm talking about. I don't know, but so my attic does run the whole span of the house. It's a ranch style house, but the area, like my side of the house where I always am, above me, like a lot of the attic has actual official floors, walls, windows, but past a certain point, like 2/3 of the way. It's just insulation. There's no flooring. No flooring. Just like a beam and insulation is what's above me. And when things get active, like when I'm doing readings, when we're using the apps and things, or sometimes when they really want me to get on something, like it's like, wake up, there's something you need to be focused on or whatever. It literally sounds like, I don't know if Pixie's been able to hear it or not. I know that we've talked about it, but I don't know if she's officially heard it or not. But like, again, there's no floor, and it'll be like 5 or 6 solid steps, like somebody in cowboy boots or high heels or something just goes, like when I'm talking about the guides being around and stuff, like just goes walking across that floor, and there's no floor. Also, in the hatch that opens to our garage from up there that pulls down into the staircase, angel coins come out of that hatch, like without opening it. They'll just fall out of like the little surrounding thing. And we didn't ever put angel coins up there. There weren't there from the previous owners. If they were there too, they would be in some kind of container. They wouldn't be randomly just falling from the ceiling. I don't know if I have one right here. Sometimes I have one. But sometimes I put them like on the altars. I'll have to find one, but it literally is like it looks like this. This is a Ulysses coin, less Grant, but like it looks like a gold thing about this shape, but it has just says an angel coin on one side and has a prayer on the other. No idea where they're coming from. For my attic, but like I don't know how they get there first. Oh, Pixie's back. Pixie's back again. Welcome back. Okay, I'm going to turn this app. There's nothing that's popped up since, so I'm going to double check, and then we'll look at the 2 that did come up when we first turned it on. Okay, so guys, we're going to give like another. It's 11:09. Oh, it's already dinging, so it's irrelevant.
Hey, Sneak, Jimmy said you want to hear some funny stories in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She said, uh-huh.
Now there's something walking into the middle of the picture, like at the very end. I don't know if it'll wind up in there or not. Yeah, I don't know what angel coins are really. Other than, I mean, I see your question, Claudia, but other than the fact that they turn up, hold on, I think I have one right over here, so I'll grab one. Other than the fact that they fall from the ceiling in my house, I don't know, because I've never purchased them or accessed them or brought them to my home. I had one over here. But that would just make complete sense if it wandered away, because that's how they get to wherever they wind up initially anyway. Let's see here. Oh, nope, here's one. Nope, this is different coin. What's this one? Yeah, okay, this is an angel coin. Okay, I saved one over here. And I don't know if you heard, but the app went off while I was over here, and a totally spooky guy in a mask has popped up. So I was over talking about the coin, locating the coin, and a guy that looks like the Spy versus Spy masks, but a real life version of it, just popped up. So he was in time with the coins. So a secret spy brings the coins, apparently. Okay, so it's 11:11 my time. Do you have anything else you can show us in this lovely, auspicious time frame before we turn this app on and turn this one off and turn the other one on? Please and thank you. I'm going to count to like 30. Wow. It's like 18 and another one popped up. 19, 20. Oh my. Oh my. Thank you. So in my head, I just was asking, should I stay for one more image since we got one that popped up in that window? And as I asked that, whatever goes on in the attic above me, they took like 3 large steps. It sounds like tap dancing. I need to get just like a microphone that like I put up high so you guys can hear it because it is cuckoo. So we'll stay for one more, but just one more so we can move on to the other app and do some other things potentially. Yep, I see it's already here. Ding. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll probably turn this back on later since it's so active. And that was a very clear message. I'm pretty sure you're saying, get it, you're already dinging again. What is this? Oh. So I clicked on the picture trying to enlarge it, and it moved me over again to that app that has the sound bank. Hello, app that has sound bank that I trust the least, not the guides that do that, but like the app itself. Is there anything that you wanted to use this app to say before I close it off and switch around to the other one?
Superior.
Superior. Are you talking about, because again, we're talking about that case in the Great Lakes. Are you talking about lakes, or are you talking about being superior beings? If you please, can you use this word bank app? Yeah, see, I hear you now. You're like, you've moved to a totally different place in the attic.
Prison.
Prison. Are you talking about, this could go either way still. Are you talking about the gentleman involved in the case up in Menominee who is in jail? Could you please clarify for me if that's what you're talking about? Otherwise, in a few minutes, I'll switch to the other app where it's harder to understand, but it's not a pre-established word bank. you wanting us to read more about the case up in the lake area? Is there a way to get an affirmative or a negative on that? Yep, I hear you walking around upstairs where there's no floor. Yes, right over my head. Hello. Who is that? Can you use the word bank, or would you rather me switch to the other app? Okay, I'm going to do another minute with the word bank and then we'll switch over. Thank you, though.
Message for you.
Message for me. From who, please? Who's sending the message? Or if that's not as relevant, what is the message? Please. Also, if you can answer on the word bank, would you prefer to use this one or the other one to answer questions?
It's here.
It's here on this app, you mean? Or the message is here? Sideways. Let's see if that does anything. You said it's here. Does that mean it's on this app? What is it? Who is it?
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth about what? See, I don't know if we're speaking about that case and we're talking about how they're not telling the truth or someone is. Or if you're speaking to me, and if you are speaking to me, I don't know what I'm withholding.
Demon.
Demon. Can you explain to me what you mean by demon, or where there's a demon, or if it's involved with that case?
Examine.
Examine. Okay. No, we're protected. We prayed. We've got angels and we've got light surrounding us. And there's no need to give them fear. If it's a demon, most of them are created by us. They're energy bodies that have been created by humans that become eventually sentient in some capacity or other. And then they're like sort of feed off of what they were made from, like anxiety or fear or sadness or all of the above. And so we're definitely trained to be afraid, which is the best way to give energy to something like that, is to lower our own vibration because we're afraid or saddened or whatever, and sort of then we're able to meet that energy ball in a place that's easier for it to access if we lower our vibration because we're freaked out or fearful.
I'm listening.
Yeah, you're listening. Who is listening? Are you one of who's talking about this? Is this one of our guides or guardians? Is this a saint? Is this one of the archangels or angels? Yeah, I hear you walking in my attic. Please identify either yourself or what you're speaking on, what topic.
The doll.
The doll. What doll? I can't think of a doll involved in that case we were talking about. I don't think. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your contributions. I am going to probably turn this app off and pause for a second to talk about
It's unknown.
It's unknown. About the doll. Is this another thing that you're telling me ahead of time, sort of like with that case? Can I get an affirmative or negative? Some way to say yes or no? Okay. Thank you so much. We're going to talk about the angel coin. We're going to clear some energy so that people aren't nervous. And hopefully we'll be able to speak with angels and archangels and guardians. And those are of the light and God on the other app here in a few minutes. But thank you so much. I think a lot of this was consistent. I think we're talking to some degree about that case. But I'm going to review the words now here and just see what you wrote down. Okay, so the words that we got tonight, the words we got tonight in order were we got superior, prison, message for you, it's here, tell the truth, demon, examine, I'm listening, the doll, and it's unknown. Yep, and I hear you walking up over there. The last thing from the last time we had this on is when they said Donald. and Mr. Dust's boss's name is McDonald. That's so interesting to me. Okay, let's see. Back on out of this app. Got the angel coin. Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll look at the GoTo Seer app stuff here in a second. So I'm turning the flashlight on so I can read the angel coin first. That comes from the attic. On one side, it's literally an angel with a halo standing on clouds. Looks like there's a light just bursting out of the angel. And then on the other side, oh, it's the exact same. So on either side, it's an angel, the same angel, just walking around on the clouds. Yeah, let's see if I can make it so that you can see it. This is backwards, so it's hard to tell. There, I can kind of see that we can see it. So see its halo at the top. It's got wings, long legs, and then the other side is the same. But yeah, I've never seen these before, and it's been. I mean, no, this is in my house. It's been going on for a couple of years. It wasn't immediately after moving in here, but it was within 2 years or something that they started turning up. At first, we thought it could be my dad because he sort of collects coins and he gives them away to kids and things. But he collects coins that are like monetary valued. Not, I mean, and I don't know. Maybe this is a collector's item, but it's not his. Nor would he have stockpiled them in the attic. Now, stockpiled is a weird way to put it because we've gone up there looking to see if there's a box that has these in them, or I don't know, a coat that somebody threw up there that it could be falling out of the pockets. Nothing like that whatsoever. And when they fall, like, they don't just, I mean, sometimes, okay, to be fair, I was about to say they never just fall on nothing, but that's not true because there have been a couple times I've walked out into the garage and there's one like on the floor below where that like pull down staircase is. But most of the time, usually I and sometimes Sam are standing in the garage and it like just slips down and like falls, like hits you in the head or lands on the toe of your shoe or what have you. And so when we go up there to look, like it's like, where did this even come from? Like, I don't know how it could have fallen through, but that's fine. But I think, I mean, I'm holding this one, but I know that over the years, like, I've given Kiddo 3 or 4, and Sam has 3 or 4, and then there's some, other places in the house. So, I mean, we have 12 or 13 of these things that fall from we don't know where, because when we check it out in the attic, there's nothing there. Yay, he's gotten another raise. That's fun.
Yeah, she gave him a $2 an hour raise.
And that's fancy. I mean, think about that. Like, for at that age,
Yeah.
It's like, what?
And she told him he'd be working his way up to manager too. So
I totally believe it, right? It's a cozy fit for him there. It's a good fit.
yeah.
But it's also just fascinating, like that. I think there's gonna be. I know, like there's photograph stuff happening, but I still think there's gonna be other photograph stuff happening. Tied to work too, but I think
there's a part of me that thinks that singer, Julia Fox, I'm remembering, because I looked her up several times now. I think she will follow through as long as she gets the message right, where she'll give him tickets if he brings the shirt. But I also think she might then say, "Hey, can we produce these on my website or whatever?"
That would be cool.
Which would be cool. Yeah. I don't know if she's had. I'm sure if she's, well known to some degree, she's had like merch for her YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But I don't know if she has a ton of tour merch or if this would be the beginning of that. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. I think she's got some, but I don't think it's a whole lot.
Yeah, I can look it up. Wait, you said going to Branson at the end of March. Welcome back, Claudia. Using the free weekend trip we got at the beach. Did you win something? I wish I had a microphone so you could hear them walking around up there.
Yeah, while we was in Florida, her and Brandon went to a time fair presentation, and she ended up getting a couple of free vacations for going. So
That's awesome. Usually you only get like a headache and whatever little free with purchasing, whatever little like clock radio they said you could get for coming. That's awesome. I'm looking up Julia Fox merch because I'm just so curious now.
she's a wolf, not a fox.
Oh, Julia Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. There is a Julia Fox. Okay, let's see. I got the wrong 29. Okay, Julia Wolf. Merch. I don't see very much. Let's go backwards. Julia Wolf merch. Okay, here. Girlsinpurgatory.com. That's her website for merch. Ooh, no, that's a creepy website. See, when is she? Is she coming here?
Yeah, she's supposed to be, but they don't have that one listed yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say like there's like closest to around here, like I see like a Colorado and an Illinois. Tennessee.
Yeah, in a few weeks they're supposed to list the rest of the tour, so
that'll be fun. And they'll be all keyed up because it'll be after they've gone to Europe.
yeah. I think the next concert he's going to, I want to say it's in April. Him and some friends are going to Dallas to see Avril Lavigne.
Avril's touring again, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'd like this person to show me like their merch. I give up. I give up, Julia. I will try again later. So that's so cool. So you've got some free weekends. Seriously, I've never like I remember back in the late 80s and 90s when they could always nail you on those getting stuck at those presentation things. Really, it was like you could get a clock radio or an electric toothbrush. It was about timeshares, but never for timeshare. That's cool though, because I'm sure in Branson, and it's so near the Lake of the Ozarks too, and they've got a Four Seasons there. That would be so cool if you guys got a vacation. Was it the Four Seasons? 7-day trip to where? Do they tell you where? Wow. I mean, I think they would almost nail me too on the timeshare if I kept winning stuff. I'd be like, okay, give me more crap. I'm just so obsessed with the fact that I'm winning something. Well, I'd say that's good luck. I don't know if Hot Springs, Arkansas is on the list. I just heard that you should go to Hot Springs. Okay, and then you type all these way fancier places. Hawaii, New York, California. I mean, California's on fire, but you know. It'll be out by then. Oh, yeah, she is. I need to have a chaos-free month so I can call those places and be like, "Hi, we want to hunt. We want to hunt on your hunting grounds, please." Whilst Mr. Dusk and Sam go somewhere else and enjoy not being afraid. I'm looking through the pictures that came up on the Ghost Seer before I put them up to make sure there's nothing like nudity based or anything. The first one looks like a blacksmith sort of thing. There's like an anvil and all this heat. And then the next one is another thing where, because I get a lot of these in different versions, like the birdie sent one of like basically the tunnel of light, but a birdie version. Now this is what appears to be a child. and they are running. It looks like they're running down the tunnel, like towards the light. It looks like. And then there are, I wish I had, I should have taken notes while this was happening. Then there are two ladies. I knew they were two ladies, and that they were walking around. What I didn't understand is that they were, like, to me, it looks like they're in flood water waiting to cross the street, like there's a street sign. Rather than make this too difficult, I'm going to take screenshots and just put them on the.
I never told you about the door opening.
You should. It's creepy.
I forgot I didn't tell her.
Girl. You should, especially since we got wonked in the noggin over who it is.
Right?
Yeah, we both got like totally grounded. Maggie was like, grounded, you dum-dums.
Yeah, she called Krista, your mama called me and Marcy dumbasses.
She did. She full on did. Because seriously, I mean, we were trying to resolve like who would be opening the door. Who would be opening the door to Pixie's craft room? At the holidays, right after she said out loud, I really wish my mom was here for the first holiday in this house. Gosh, I wonder who. I just can't figure it out. She's like, it's me, you stupid asses. It was like,
So you know the door that separates my room and the craft room, right? Well, during the time I was working on making Grinch stuff, a couple of times that door would open by itself. And these are heavy doors. They don't just open by themselves. Well, I kind of brushed it off the first 2 times, and Jimmy thought I was absolutely nuts until he sat here and saw it one night. Well, me and Sneaky were talking, and we just naturally assumed it was the sisters, right? Yeah. Mom's like, did you two dumbasses ever consider it was me?
She was mostly amused, more than angry. She was amused, but she just was like, how stupid can 2 women be? And it's like, okay, that's fair. That's fair in this case.
But apparently it was Mom, and she was checking to see if the glue and glitter was dry on my stuff.
And she was checking. Well, she also was worried about like things plugged in, if you remember, like your glue gun being plugged in.
Yeah, she was the hot glue gun being plugged in. But we never even gave it a thought that it would be Mom. We just thought it was the sisters. But no, it was.
She just said it was so rude.
That was funny. Was that the same night she was like clapping in your face to get your attention?
No, I don't think it. No, but I was impersonating when she does that night for sure, right? Because she's done it a lot of times, like when it was like, hey, Jimmy's like he's ready. He's ready to talk about the house. He feels ready. He's gonna go and talk to her about the house. You got to stop to talk about the house. Hey. She comes up like this in my face and goes like, hey. Hi, Maggie. You're gonna pinch my nose off. at some point, she just told me, "You're one of the few people I keep letting you get away with calling me Maggie." You always leaving a straightener plugged in? Yeah, I bet that drives her crazy because she was worried about the glue gun. Also, she keeps saying, also, I just was crafting. Like my daughter said, I wish you were here doing this with me. So I was like, okay. Then you bitches never went, oh, you know what? You said you wish she was there, and if you could invite her, you would. And I even one night said, invite her. Like literally, if you have to write up something to make you feel like you've invited her, invite her, right? We had that conversation, and then all this is going on, and no one ever went, maybe she took your invite seriously. She's there always, right? But she got a lot more active. She's using a lot more of her energy and stuff. Yeah, she doesn't like things plugged in. It's like, I don't know if she had a fire like I did. My fire wasn't from things plugged in, but still, then that stuff makes you nervous forever. Oh, I forgot this picture. Okay, so this picture came through the other day. One of the first pictures for Birdie, when I was like, where is Birdie? And AI does so many weird things, but it was hands. And then actually, if you go over here, this is probably going to be backwards. You can hardly see it, but right there, the little birdie's in the hands peeking out. So that was the first where I was like, where is she? And it was like in the hands. And then there was the me tree and the halo stuff. And then I said, where, this one was weird too, because I said a different day. Are you going to live in that forest? Where are you going to stay a lot of the time? And she sent me this. The weird thing about this, and I don't know if I'll find it because it's probably been like duplicated over at this point, and I don't know if I took a screenshot, but the thing about this is that Joe Black sent me this house when I asked where he was going to live right after he died, except for it was a split screen. So it was like this castle-like thing on one side of the screen. On the other side, I wonder if it's still here because I know I tried really hard to save the other thing because it was like a tent. The golden tent at the center of your heart or something like that. I probably have another picture of it. But so then I said, I've seen that. Hold on. Okay, she's coming back. She's back. So then I had to mute. Okay, I got it. Well, sawing logs isn't copyright infringement, so that's okay. But so she sent me that thing that was like the same place that he sent me. And then I said, who are you going to stay with? And then she sent me a picture of this guy, which is basically sort of a slightly altered version of Joe Black. It's got the long hair and the way it was pulled back in the last few years of his life. And definitely the coloration and the round face and the hairline. Something about the eyes too. The mouth is right. The nose is way off. But that's Joe Black, especially when it was like, where are you going to live? And showed me the house he showed me and then showed me him, which I thought was nuts. So then today, when we first turned it on, the first thing that came up was this. Now, this could still be about okay. Actually, At the beginning, it was like, we don't care what you want to talk about. Can we just make it clear? And there's a pattern here. Okay, so this is the first picture. Now, to me at first, that looks like an anvil, and it still could be an anvil. But to me, it also looks mighty like a firefighter putting out fire. Then there's this tunnel. Now, again, I get a lot of tunnels, but this is still a different tunnel, and it's underground, and it's a child running through the underground tunnel. Then that picture is like, it's two ladies, and I still don't have this sorted yet. But I might try and figure it out. It's two ladies. And it's like, but they're to me, it looks like they're standing in floodwater, but they're both like standing in the street, maybe waiting for the light to change. So there's like the water. And then in the back, you can see, the stop, the red and the yellow of the stoplight, and like a sign. But to me, it looks like they're standing in water. Now, the other thing that's interesting about this one is the case that we have been sort of avoiding working. Well, I've been avoiding working. There were two girls involved in that situation. One who, last I haven't checked in, but was missing, and she was curvier by a lot in comparison to the other girl, and she had long dark hair. So this actually looks like some of the pictures of that girl. And then the other girl had dark hair, but she was much slimmer, and she always either had it up or she had it sort of in a weird, not weird, I'm not trying to diss her, but a bob. So there's the other girl. And so they're both there in the water. Now, what's interesting about that too is, the theory is that the bigger lady, whose name is Lisa, walked out on frozen water, walked out on ice, and either ran away or fell through. They're not sure. But now there's two of them in that area. And I bet you, Pixie, we could look at that area we looked at where build the boats, the area that she would have had to walk through to get to the coastline, where we found all the matching colored buildings and stuff. It makes me wonder if there's a little street like that, or if it's near. I need to take a look at that lighthouse again too, because that could be the lighthouse. Then this was one that was weird. See, it looks like Spy versus Spy. Which they were based on these guys, and I can't remember why they looked the way they did. I mean, maybe gas masks, but I'm not sure. And then when I was talking about, I did ask while we were all chit-chatting, where my birdie, I asked where she was again. And then again, here is another pair of hands. And you can see feathers. They're holding the feathers. Now, what's crazy about this is this guy for sure. He's got long hair. His suit looks a little big on him and wrinkly because he's an absent-minded professor. I mean, this is Joe Black. with the bird. So when it was like, you can talk about anything, it's either covering current events like fires in the tunnels under LA, and then the ladies we were looking for in the water, and the guy wearing a gas mask or something. And then when I specifically asked where the bird was, he turned up with the bird. Oh, here's the other one at the very end. When I was like saying, okay, so I'm going to let this play through, but then I've got to turn it off so that I can turn on the voice box, right? You got to turn it off so I can turn on the voice box. And it sent me this picture. Like, get some damn equipment. Because it's like, okay, there's your phone. And then there is, like, one of those, like, recorder type thingies they use when they're, like, ghost hunting or spirit app using, etc. So, like, they immediately sent that when I was like, okay, we got to turn off this so that we can go back and look at that. They were like, you need two things. And because it's AI, they never do writing properly because it's not supposed to look like real writing. But this looks like, okay, so when you watch people use those modern day, like, ghost voice box things, they use something like that that's like a controller. They can turn the knob and sort of adjust the channel sort of and frequency. And then they use a little, like, almost like an amp that has, like, speaker type stuff. And then always sort of looks like it's still, like, even though it's an amp, it looks like it's sort of recording. And so, Pixie knows I've been saying, like, all week, okay, if this stuff gets better, if the apps get easier to work with and stuff, like, I'll invest in some, like, equipment to speak with you more clearly. Then I don't know why this one came up. I'm not sure. And it was the last one that came up. It is people, they're clearly, like, in, I don't know if it's an art gallery, but it's a place where it looks like there's two paintings hanging on the wall. It could be two windows looking into somewhere. I bet we could match. Hold on a second. With that voice app, I need to go ahead and take a picture of the one that had the word bank, and take a picture of what words it typed out. Let's get in this in. Okay. Because I'm wondering. So it says Superior Prison Message for you. It's here. Tell the truth. Demon. Examine. I'm listening. The doll. It's unknown. Okay, so I'm wondering if things line up with each image. Like, okay, let's go back and look at the pictures again. Because this one for sure looks like guys in prison. This is guys in prison looking. See, he's in his orange jumpsuit and there's windows. You can see one guy in one window, like in there, like, I don't know, chilling. And then in another window, like they're working or it's doctors or whatever. You have to line up. I will have to line up the words with the pictures because let's see if they'll send us a new message. Before I turn this app back on, could you let us know, like, are we supposed to correlate the words to the imagery? Or does that not matter? Okay, let's see. Okay, this is what it looks like when we're waiting for a picture. Nothing's coming. Okay. So it's time to turn on the other voice box, isn't it? Okay, so there's nothing. Turn it sideways. Still just fizz. Static and fizz, fizz and static. Okay. We're going to use the other one. I suspect that we're supposed to use it and just see what it says, but I'm wondering if it's going to talk about different generations pics and like your reincarnation stuff, or let's see. I lost my train of thought. Claudia, you could link it here if you want to. That's not going to bother me. That's very nice of you to offer to send it privately because that's very sweet because I'm with you. Like, you know, giving out stuff in other people's lives is weird. However, it's only us. So I have no problem with you sending information about your book and your channel. Okay. Check meds, and then we're gonna turn it on. Boop boop. I don't know. Are you still awake, Pix? I know in the beginning.
Yep.
Okay, because I have a feeling I could be wrong because I think they were talking about. I think those pictures were current events, and I think if I go back and correlate, like, I think some of this, like the first two pictures are about like the fires and stuff. Because I'm going to show you a picture of the tunnels in LA because that's what that picture looked like, and then it's like they skipped to that case because to me that was like Lisa and that Sarah girl. And that little area downtown or by the pier or whatever in that whatever it's called park. And then um I just lost my train of thought. But it's all right. It was oh good golly. It was I'm gonna look at the pictures again because okay. Yeah, so it was the tunnels, then it was the ladies, then it was like I don't understand the spy versus spy thing. But then it was definitely talking about equipment and using it to listen and things like that. And then to me, it looks like prison. So it's on, tail. It's like it's after the two ladies that are like looking like they're in that pier area. So it makes me wonder, like, if I haven't checked in on the case, I probably should do that while we sit here. But also, they were showing me visually, like, if we turn it on and just let it go like we did the other night, it might either now or another time, but they're saying for sure when we try and do some research into your past lives, or at least your most recent one, they're saying do it that way where it's like we're doing cards and, drawing sigils and whatever and talking about stuff while the whole time the listening app can give us some guidance about your past life. For sure, for sure. Yeah. For sure, for sure. I double checked. Okay, let's see here. Hold on one second. Yeah, I hope you got my text, Kat. Pixie hit pause or mute because there was, I don't remember, some kind of feedback noise. And then I heard what I thought was an upset kiddo in my house. That's not what it was. But I went to follow a noise in the house in the dark. That sounds like the beginning of a terrifying film. So, actually, right here next to, while I'm still thinking about it, Pixie, I'm going to write next to your past life regression thing on your page. I'm going to write about how, in case it doesn't happen tonight, like they want us to have the app open. During that read. What did I do with my pen? Because I just had, like, this drives me bonkers when I do this to myself. Where's my pen, please? Our spirit's messing with me. Yeah, the numbers are weird. It'll be like everybody left, and then like 4 people will be like, I'm here. And it's like, okay, well, it says 0. And then I don't know who. Does anyone know who Claudia texted? Because she said, like, I texted you. But she had just addressed Pixie in chat. Did she text you? Because I did not get a text. That's why I'm asking. Okay, here's a pen. Good. I can at least write it down. Where we ran through your chakras and we got the order of importance, the order of malfunction, and then the year to start going backwards from for most recent life, reincarnation. Okay, so they want me to say have apps running during both chakra and past life regression. Reads. Okay, and then before I go and turn this thing back on and it launches us, because again, to me it's like oh yeah, I need to look. I was going to look up the update on Lisa, if there's an update, to see, if
There's no. I've already checked.
say that again.
I said there's no update. I've already checked.
Okay, I don't think there was, and so I felt like they were saying, hey, that might be something that was going to pop up here. But oh, we need to research, like, it got quiet and that startled you awake. That's funny. That's probably how it would be. I think that's all moms, right? It's quiet. It's too quiet. What are they doing? That never goes away. Okay, now we can take something for the ouch. Yes, okay. And then we need to look up, oh my god, now I've got to look at the pictures again, but they distinctly were like, Okay. They want me to use the pictures that I had just showed. To match up, like especially like the one of the two ladies in the crosswalk, because that looks sincerely like beautiful, bodaciously curvy Lisa and slim Sarah. It looks like there's some sort of lights there, but I don't know if they're official stoplights or if they're like if it goes around the water like ferry boats or. Because I would like to know this one. This one, like, because I think that that building there, the reason it has an orange sign in front of it or an orange window that we're looking in, I think it's going to match like those orange buildings along the shoreline. And look at those two girls. One is definitely like looks exactly like Lisa would look, like how we saw her sort of in the Walmart thing, cover on a dress, and the other one looks like Sarah to me. Now I can't tell because it looks so strange under their feet. Here, actually, hold on. I'm gonna screenshot this so you can see
under
it, so you guys can look at them. So because to me it looks like they're either walking in water, it's like up over their ankles, or they're walking on ice. And either way, that is about the case we were talking about. I'm sending it to you guys to look at. I don't know. Did Miss Krista go to bed because she's a normal person?
She probably fell out.
Okay. So I sent the pictures to the two of you. I don't know if there's somebody else watching. Let me know, and I'll send it to you. But to me, this could be about two different things, right? Because again, it looks like Firetown, but this also could be a blacksmith. Or, you know how they build those boats in that pier? Like that guy could be totally doing the metal work along the side of a boat. And then there's somebody running under a tunnel. So I would like to know if there's tunnels there. Or it could be current events where it's like there was two pictures from California and then there's like two pictures from, because there's that picture that I know it's related to the Lisa case. And then this to me is also related to the Lisa case. This is him in county. I don't know which one is him, right? But he's in county here. And stuff pulled up on the voice talkie thing that would align with that. Where's my picture thing of that? Oh yeah, this is Superior, which you fill out. There you are. So the very first one tonight, right, says Superior, like one of the lakes, right? Prison, which we got a picture of prison. Message for you. It's here. And then I got, not at the same time, but in the same order, then I got the pictures of the two little like app communication devices. Then it's tell the truth, and then it says demon, but it could be tell, if it's like a sentence, it could be tell the truth, demon. Then it says examine, I'm listening. The doll, it's unknown. And I said, what doll are we talking about? Are we talking about a doll to do with that case? And they said, it's unknown. So I would that. Oh, I need to send you guys a picture also of the. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them, but I'm gonna try and keep them in what we know for sure connected to the same subject matters. And so I'm gonna send the prison one for sure because that's an inmate. Like he's in inmate clothing, and those are like windows where you can see other parts of the prison. Okay, here's. Is that true, guys? Are those two pictures connected to each other? Are those images connected to each other? And are they connected to Lisa Pip? Are they connected to the Lisa Pip case? It's sort of like a yes, no, yes, no. Claudia, do you want these pictures or are they too spooky for you? Everybody's different. That's why I'm asking. Claudia's back. She said she was still here. Yeah, I thought it as an anvil too, Kat, which is why I want to look up if there's like a blacksmith in that area, or if they do like when they build those enormous boats, if they do like a lot of like blowtorch work where they need an anvil. And if there's tunnels down there, because oh yeah, so here's come on, anvil guy. I got rid of you. Wasn't trying to get rid of you.
Wasn't something mentioned about Bay Trail that was somewhere around the lighthouse?
A trail?
Yeah, called Bay Trail. Like it's around the park around the lighthouse.
I don't know. But do you remember like when we went around and I was looking at it, it's like, oh my gosh, you know how many that park like literally is in 4 different cities that go because the lakes are so big. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Because I just found there is a bridge on Bay Trail close to that park.
Wonder if it has a tunnel.
I don't know.
Okay. You said Bay Trail? Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna charge this phone for a second before I turn it on while I look. I'm gonna look up Bay Trail in Menominee. Bay Trail, Menominee, Michigan. Menominee Trails and Maps, Michigan. Mountain Bay State Trail. Is that what you're talking about? I bet it is. Mountain Bay State Trail.
It just said Bay Trail.
There's also Bay de Nauket Trail of the Menominee and other Indian tribes. Hmm. You know what's weird is there's 2 different ways to spell Menominee, even in Michigan.
Great Lakes Tunnel Project.
Oh, girl. I would like to know about that. Because let's see. So I'm going to see if there's tunnels. Menominee, Michigan. Images. Oh my. Oh my. Where are these?
Chesapeake Bay's got one.
There's a bunch of tunnels here. I googled Menominee. The world's first international automobile tunnel is in Michigan. What is this one? International automobile tunnel. Where is this? Because that is trippy. Okay. That's in Detroit at one point, but where does it go through? Okay, I don't know if you've seen the pictures of those trails. I didn't send you the picture of the girl running down the trail, did I? Or in the tunnel, I mean. Hold on. Because this is trippy. See, I thought, okay, this is a little scattered all over the place, but it's not at all. We're back on that thing. Makes sense, right? Because they were trying to talk to me about it before, like we even heard about it.
Hey, didn't we discuss Red Arrow Road?
Red Arrow Park, right? And probably Red Arrow Road. One on Red Arrow Road. Okay, I'm sending you that tunnel picture because if you're looking at the international pictures of the international automobile tunnels in Michigan,
I saw that.
Trippy by comparison to the picture I'm sending you. Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Oh, dang.
Right? Are you got the picture, didn't you?
Yeah.
Question is, okay, so Bedrock Tunnel under the DMZ, what's this? Menominee, Michigan. Westminster Junction Tunnel number 3. Okay, I don't know why that's coming up, but I'm looking at it. Where are you? because you're like the right side. Nope, that's in the wrong city. It's in the wrong city. Did you find one?
Read the first sentence of this.
Okay. Phantom Bridge of Red Arrow Road. Abandoned since 1922, the remains of this bridge sit covered from view in the woods. Phantom Bridge of Red Arrow Road.
Should be the one you just got.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
No, not that. Not the Red Arrow one. This is a different one.
There's an underground tunnel to the boiler room. It was owned by a local dentist who used it for storage and had all kinds of crazy stuff in it. I want a picture of that. Okay. Menominee, Michigan Island. Huh? Okay, now it's okay. So on the one side is Menominee, Michigan. The other side is Minette, Wisconsin tunnels. Oh my. Okay, we've got to find the ones that are over by this freaking. I can't remember. I keep forgetting what the name of that stupid lighthouse is. Like over and over. Hold on here. It's a red lighthouse in Menominee, Michigan. Menominee. Okay, North Pier Lighthouse. North Pier Lighthouse. So, and that is on Harbor Drive. North Pier Lighthouse. North Pier on Harbor Drive. Nearby tunnels. Whoa. Where is this? Okay, that's just the images I want. Menominee North Pier Lighthouse. It was called the Pierhead Lighthouse at one point. Because it's the North Pier Lighthouse on Harbor Drive. Okay. Are there tunnels near North Breakwater or Breakwall tunnels? Tunnels. Yeah. Looking at Marinette, Wisconsin. Marinette Bridges Tunnels Pipe Work. City of Marinette Underground Utilities. Old Peshtigo Road. Ice Tunnels of Wisconsin. Secret tunnels in Marinette, Wisconsin. There has to be a tunnel over there on that street where her house, Sarah's house is. There's literally one called whatsyourghoststory.com. Wisconsin tunnels. Okay, let's do secret tunnels in Menominee, Michigan.
Oh, that's not creepy.
I don't know what you found, but some of these are spookier than I'll get out.
So they call them asylum tunnels.
Well, I can see that they're saying that some of them were like for people seeking asylum, like they use them for the Underground Railroad and such. Some of them, but
Yeah, this was creepy looking.
I mean, I believe you because about half of them are creepy looking. Whoa. Secret tunnels under Lake Michigan. Under Lake Michigan. Oh my God. They go all the way from frickin' Detroit to where we're looking.
Oh wow! Look at this creepy thing.
Oh. You didn't get the pics. Hold on. You didn't get any of them, Cat? I'm sorry, I just looked up because I was researching. Because I sent you 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures. Okay, which one did okay, it's just now coming through pics because I was like, what's the spooky one? Oh, yep, yeah, I saw that one. Couldn't tell where it was though. Like,
Yeah, it just said northern Michigan.
up like near Door County. My other question is like that Spy versus Spy. Did you see me hold it up? It came in with all these other things. Here, let me pull it up because what's crazy is okay. So if I was going to let you tell a story, oh, that's the other thing we need to look for, like blacksmiths or something like that. Okay. And then if you look at the tunnel I sent you, it appears that there are actual tracks in that tunnel, but they might be like electric rail or like light rail. Okay, last pick was the girl in the tunnel. Cat, let me see what I okay, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yes. So I sent you 4 so far. So Pixie, Cat, I think Cat's saying, can you please, are you able to share like creepy tunnel? I don't know what else to call it. Fucking terrifying tunnel of horror nightmare. But you know, to me, when I was scrolling through, there's some that are scarier. But here is and I'll share it.
Hey, is Marquette close to Nominee?
Marinette. You're talking about Marinette?
No, Marquette.
Marquette, the university?
No, Marquette, Michigan.
Okay, so there's that literally like split that, like almost split that dock that has the lighthouse in two. One side is Menominee, Michigan, right? The other side is Marinette. Let me make sure I have it pulled up, so let me make sure I have it spelled right. Yeah. Okay, so the other one is Marinette, Marinette, Wisconsin. So but they literally that pier that has that red lighthouse, half of that pier is in Marinette, Wisconsin. The other half of that pier is in Menominee, Michigan, which is trippy. But now I want to look up like what. I want to know what they base the masks in Spy versus Spy on. The spies are modeled after the Sinister Man, a character Prometheus created in the Cuban magazine Bohemia. Okay. But where's Spy versus Spy based on? Okay, so it's also called Plague Doctor. Okay, so Plague Doctor masks made for. Okay, a Plague Doctor mask was worn to protect physicians from disease and to isolate them from plague victims. The mask was part of a full protective costume that included robe, gloves, shoes, and a hat. The mask was thought to protect the wearer from the, quote, bad air or miasma that was believed to cause the plague. And also, the mask's beak was filled with, that's why they did a beak. It was filled with herbs and spices and other things to filter out the smell and mask the smell of decay. Also, they believed it would frighten away spirits. The mask had eye sockets made of glass so they could see through. So that was during the Paris pandemic. So now, plague doctor in Menominee, Wisconsin. Nope. Come on, computer. Menominee, Michigan. Why would plague doctor come out? Hamtramck. That's up in Michigan. What is this? What is this? It actually connects to the plague doctor. Wednesday, January 29, 2025. So this was a current issue. Plague doctor has a message for all. Clean up this town. Okay, this is in the review, Hamtramck, which is a suburb of Detroit, but it's a fairly far away from Detroit. I know this because I have that crazy job working for the trash for a trash company out of Detroit. So I had to learn all of the suburbs and things, which I thought was interesting because when I did that other case out on the open water there between like Michigan and Canada, I knew a whole bunch of the Michigan city names and things already. And I thought that's so weird that like I have that weird job. Now I know what they're talking about. Now, what's crazy is I didn't think I was going to find anything that said plague doctor, right? Because it's like, why did this plague doctor mask come in the middle of all this? But this is literally from the newspaper, like today. Okay, and it says, plague doctor has a message for all. Clean up this town. Hamtramck has a benevolent presence. This is by Alan Madeleine. I'm just saying that since I'm reading it in public. Hamtramck has a benevolent presence lurking its main streets on certain misty mornings. A wraith-like apparition clad in black with eerie crow-faced features. Who could they be? And what could they want? Well, it turns out that they want to pick up the city's trash and see the city, which they call home, looking cleaner. That apparition, it yourself, it is the Hamtramck plague doctor. Right? Documented before in these very pages, you don't litter the street with this newspaper after you're done reading it, do you? Hamtramck's plague doc is a one-unit whirlwind of trash-attacking energy who never met a stray plastic pop-off half pint or filthy face mask they weren't willing to vanquish, preferably directly into their accompanying trash bag. We did manage to net the crafty doc for a round of questions to try to help undo the sort of mystery they leave in their do-gooding wake. Notice how slyly they circumvent any attempts to reveal their true identity or their plans for worldwide domination, foiled again. So this is them interviewing a literal man in a suburb very near to what we're talking about, walking around as a play doctor right now. The review says, "What's up, Doc? How did Hamtramck Plague Doctor first come into being? The Plague Doctor arose from the needs of the town. At the beginning of the pandemic, we all felt helpless. I found solace in cleaning up the discarded masks and gloves that were visual images of a situation." Interesting. How long has the Plague Doctor been with us now here in Hamtramck altogether? I've always been here, and it is quite likely I always will be. The newspaper says, terrifying and yet comforting all at once. Speaking of which, given the season, what are some of the Plague Doctor's favorite scary movies? What season? This article says it was written today. Oh, posted. Okay. This is posted earlier in the year. But I don't know why. But anyway, it was from today's publication. So that's weird anyway. Okay, so then this do-gooder talks about all the shit he picked up. It says, what is the realm of Hamtramck Plague Doctor? Do your duties, quote, bleed over into Detroit, Highland Park, or other cities? Have you ever hopped on public transportation? He had plans to earlier. Okay. So there's a man or a woman and a couple of other people that now are doing it too, that are actually walking around dressed up as Plague Doctor to clean up the trash. Okay, so now, which I did not expect. So now I want to find out. Okay, here, let's see. How close is Hamtramck to Menominee, Michigan? We'll start there. Because they're very far apart. Nope. Let's try Marinette. Okay. So that's like 7 hours away. So like, okay, so the Plague Doctor, has the Plague Doctor come to clean in Marinette, Wisconsin? So they also have the clean sweep program. So Plague Doctor, whomever it is that dresses up like Plague Doctor in Hamtramck, which is like farther away in Michigan, but they dress up. So I didn't expect this to be so relevant to like current day. I wasn't sure how it was connected. But they started up a cleanup initiative in Hamtramck initially. And to be kitschy and to get attention, they would go dressed up as Plague Doctor or Spy versus Spy, which is pretty much, the same, really similar thing. To like make people be excited and want to come along with them and pick up trash along the sides of things. And apparently that started happening during the latter end of the pandemic, based on what I'm reading. However, you're right, Kat. You're right about all the stuff you're saying that I'm seeing about. And they were real masks. I had just read that part out loud a little bit ago. And I don't know, maybe I had myself muted or something because I'm, ditzy daisy here. But like, so those masks were real, and they explained why they made them look like that for maximum protection. So the noses were intentional because they could put filters in them. They could fill them with like spices and things so that when they inhaled walking around during the plague, it didn't smell bad, or at least not nearly so bad. And it could help people for much longer. And so those were actually real masks that they then have, of course, started utilizing in costuming for films, and both turned into like comedy and horror things over the years, and yada, yada, yada. But they really did exist. You're right, like during the plague. And they really did make them with intentionality to look as they did. So that's all crazy, but it was like, how, how are we gonna connect this? Like, I don't know if we can. Maybe it doesn't belong here, or maybe the app is not consistent. But then when I like search the area starting during the pandemic, somebody's dressed up in that outfit and started like a clean streets initiative, and people thought it was cool, so they wanted it to come to their city so that they could have a cleanup day with Plague Doctor. And so it's making me wonder, like it makes me wonder, like, if, for example, Plague Doctor has made special appearances in a certain area that is significant to the situation, or so I was surprised to find an article. Well, at first it was dated for today, which was really confusing, but the very first article came out in 2021, and then people were calling in and saying we would totally have a cleanup trash day if Plague Doctor could be there too. And so it's been spreading all over Michigan and those parts of Wisconsin. So now, to me, it makes me wonder, like, if there's been some place down in that area where that's relevant, because it's trying to tell us like more specific, like in terms of geographically hunting down the trail here. Wonder, does a Plague Doctor come to help clean? Hamtramck. Let's see. So there's a Marinette and a Menominee discussion group on Facebook because they're so close together. Crime scene and death cleanup in Marinette, Wisconsin. Okay, that's they also have in Marinette, Wisconsin, a pest control company where sometimes like whoever's the team is confusing, but anyway, Plague Doctor is relevant to right now. I'm gonna put Plague Doctor. Okay, hold on here. Oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry. I just looked up because I was doing my little research here. Headache is picking up. Gonna go lights out and quiet for a bit. I'll check back in, see if it's still here. It's okay. No, don't worry about it. Like, the tunnels are a good thing. The Plague Doctor is a good thing. The fact that they're both relevant to the area is nuts. Go back to my pictures here and see if there's anything else that can be belabored at this time. Finding this little area on a map that would be harder than I think. Okay, let's see. Tunnels and Plague Doctor. Okay, so that was Northport Pier. Let's see. Okay, so the pier, red lighthouse. Okay, I'm doing research on that dang pier again. Menominee Pier, North Pier. Okay, Menominee North Pier. Okay. So we need to find tunnels and okay, I know I'm sorry I'm silent here, but I need to do like a little checklist and probably kill this live. And then I don't know, Kat, if you're dozing, that's fine. If not, and you have any input, I could link you to the backstage and you could speak. I don't know how you're feeling though, because you might already be passed out too. It might just be me sitting here half snoring my way through, not looking up, but Plague Doctor is linked. Wait, just Googling. Okay. So let me see here. I'm going to take notes and I'm going to speak note here. Okay, so from the pictures that we have that we're tracking in the Lisa Pip situation that happened or transpired in Menominee, Michigan, and Marinette, Wisconsin area. We're following some leads that came in through a visual app, and we were very surprised to have those come through. Probably by next time I'll have them so that I can upload them, but for the time being, this is one of them. So we're going to be here researching more about in the shipyard how they make things, because that is definitely like a blacksmithy type person, which has been indicated in the sense that in that little area they build enormous boats, probably specialty named boats, but here, show you that went the wrong way. Okay, then there's this tunnel, which I thought that can't have anything to do with Michigan. That has to do with, something else on the West Coast or whatever. Nope. There's tunnels all over the place like this. Sorry, I'm wiggling everywhere. And we have now matched this one twice over, but one of the pictures to me looks more like this than the other. Did I go the wrong way again? I did. Okay. So then here we have pictures of these ladies walking. Now I can't tell, okay, for here, this could either be a street sign, some sort of light, or it could be a window from this building here. Over here, again, it's hard to see the way I'm holding it, but I'll have them next time uploaded on my thing to share. It looks like a red and yellow light up on the top. Lights, but no green is ever there. The ground that they're walking on, it either is water that has that they're walking through ankle deep or a little above, or it's ice and they're walking on the ice, but because of the reflections, it looks like their feet are going down inward. Also, the body types match that of the missing, beautiful missing woman, and the other person she was said to have been with the night before having disappeared. Okay, this one really threw me because I just thought this was going to be, I don't know, some weird unrelated thing. However, in Hamtramck, which is also in Michigan, though far away, there is an article that's popped up that they rewrote in their newspaper today. Yesterday, the 28th of January, 2025. And the original article was in 2021 about a man in Hamtramck that decided to clean up his community during the pandemic and was going to dress up like this. And then over time, people really wanted to have a sighting of him, so he's gone a little bit everywhere in the state. To work on cleaning up things and projects. So figuring out if he has a connection, especially a current day connection to further inland and further north would be very useful. But the fact that there's even a connection to the state that is very recent threw me for a loop. This is unrelated because that was a separate question I asked. This was this came up about using the app whilst working the case or working other cases as well. So I think they're recommending the continuation of that. And so and then this to me looks like potentially inside a county jail. The man, again, AI can be so weird, but the man is wearing an orange jumpsuit, but back in here, there's a man. It's hard to tell what he's doing, but he's in another room, and same with this one. I will look at those in more detail. However, the person that last saw this person alive or what have you went to county because he had an outstanding warrant. And as far as I know, that's where he stayed. So that's relevant to what we had going on. And that was it for now. Okay. I'm going to take notes of this. We did, I did bookmark several things because there was a couple of tunnels. There's lots of tunnels, first of all, which is very strange considering there's so much water. But anyway, there's lots of tunnels. Some of them have to do with water. Some of them don't, but they're still really deep down in the ground and with all these Great Lakes. But there were a lot of them. However, there are 2 or 3 that look very similar. They have the smaller train tracks. They have the light at the end. Figuring out where they begin and end in relation to those 2 cities is going to be important, probably. But anyway, this really helps. So we're going to probably kill this live, even though it's been rambly. It's been productive about the Lisa Pip situation. Again, on this channel anyway, or in this grouping of people, we started getting information from Spirit and Guides about 20 hours before we had somebody that we knew directly ask about the case, and had been looking to figure out if we could resolve where it was. And then the pictures of the locality matched what was coming through the app and what was coming through. And I don't just base everything on the app. I also, use my clear audience and things, in combination, but everything was aligning right. And so we've been sort of tracking it. Took a little break because there was sort of a weird occurrence in my room the first night we tried to read this for any length of time, which I thought was strange. It wasn't terrifying, but it was unusual for here. And so anyway, there's step-by-step things we need to do for both ourselves and Lisa. Oh, and that was the last thing. Okay. I was going to pull up and see any updates in the Lisa Pip thing here. Let's see if I can find anything. Lisa Pip. Missing person. Okay. So I'm looking at articles, like some of them quote most recent, say January 17th. Here's one January 19th. I wanted to see something. If there's anything later, or if there's any news. Menominee City Police Department searching for a missing woman. Harbor Drive now reopened, so they'd closed Harbor Drive in that area to look for her. UP police and other agencies are now searching the Bay of Greenby for a missing woman. So UP is Upper Peninsula, so that's interesting. We'll need to, I'm going to write that down because I didn't realize. Okay. They're now seeking. Bay of Green Bay. Also 2 weeks ago, they talk about UP again, Upper Peninsula, like Door County. Okay. So yeah, okay, we're down. UP, Upper Peninsula now looking, Bay of Green Bay, they're up in Door County. Yeah, I don't see any significant updates. Let's see if there's anything in the newspaper that says anything at all about. Yeah, oh golly, some of these tunnels. I wonder if I can screen share like I was doing before. Let's see. Present. Yeah, just to show some of the stuff that we are seeing. Now this is in Menominee. I'm going to add it to the stage to split it. Okay, so those are just some of the tunnels that we're seeing. And some of them match. Okay, also, interestingly enough, Sacred Ground, which hadn't popped up before. Sacred Ground, Menominee, Michigan. 3 miles along the riverbank are hundreds of burial mounds, ceremonial dance circles, and extremely rare raised garden beds. So, like, it's sort of like a historical area, basically. The first international automobile tunnel is in Michigan. It starts in a different place, but it sort of ends in that area, in the Sacred Ground areas. There's just a lot of different things to apply to all of these crazy like images that we think have no connection. I'm going to stop rambling now so that we can actually go talk about this elsewhere. Probably we will record just because we're going to run the app. And thanks for wandering around and rambling with strange, weird me. And oh, it looks like Kat found some stuff about like the like sort of blacksmith type steel workers. I think that that's going to be really helpful as well, since we know they build those ships in that port. And I don't know why there's not at least a loose update on Lisa. I don't understand. Like if they've dropped, I'm trying one more time. They just said she wants to be alone, you know. They could have updated that way, but there's been nothing for 12 days or something crazy like that. From what I'm looking at here. And so I'll probably jailbreak. That sounds weirder than it is. But I probably will get into my old Facebook and take a look and see if we can follow some more of the conversations people are having. I'm going to write that down too. Ramble, 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 ramble. Okay. Facebook. And then we also need to check okay. Okay. Listed as not suspicious, right? Like on the 17th. Have you seen anything since then? Okay, I'm gonna kill this and we'll talk about this on the other side. But like, thank Pixie for your help and everybody else for hanging out and helping us learn how to use the apps so that we can, have just another awesome tool at our disposal. And thank you to Kat for helping. And I will send you a link to come back here. End of stream. Oh, actually, at the very end of stream, I'm gonna put on a song for just like a second and put a little picture of my beautiful bird because good golly. Good golly. Love and light to everyone.